How are we doing, growers out there? Today we've got something a little bit different for you. We've got the guys of Budders Tree Down to talk about the company and some of their products. Say hello to Steve.
Hi guys.
Steve is the owner and founder of Budders Tree. He's going to talk a little bit about what the company's about, where he started from.
Cool, yeah. Well, it started by accident really.
Yeah?
Me and a couple of friends, we did use another product on the market, similar ratio product. This product got removed from the market, questionable ingredients in it.
And this product was PK918?
Yeah, similar, very similar.
Yeah, I'm not making sure.
Well, we don't want to mention any of them.
But it was another PK918 that was available at
that kind of inspired us to we knew this product worked,
yeah,
but it had questionable ingredients in it.
Yeah. That
kind of inspired me, and I had a lot of friends saying, oh, what we're going to do with it, we know this ratio works,
yeah,
the product works, but it's not too safe for the end product. So we kind of being a little bit arrogant myself, I was like, oh, it's not a worry, if worst comes to worst. It kind of inspired me to say, well, why don't we make our own? Why don't we get, research it and see if it can be done to make the product safe? Surely I've never believed that anything's not possible, and that's the creative side, that I bring to the table. That's what my strength is being a bit creative.
So a group of end users, basically, the products that used to be growers that wanted to make this product themselves, but make it better, basically.
Yeah, just make it safer, but then one thing leads to another. You kind of want to make the product better as well as safer.
Yeah.
But so that the product's still available. But you don't want to. It wasn't a case of we want to copy someone's product.
Yeah.
It was a case of knowing that ratio was the correct ratio.
Yeah.
On the first product.
And then it got it sort of improved on it, and then.
Yeah. And there was no. Oh, we want to go into business and we want to be in the nutrient industry. It was nothing like that. It was purely we're in this position now because the product was a success.
Yeah.
And that brought us to where we are now in another way.
So ended up with this really good product and then decided, well, let's go down this.
It was the demand
to market.
The growers sent us down this route, if you like.
So you literally responded to what the marketplace wanted, basically, and brought a really good product.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Cool.
A bit of luck, a bit of fate. I don't know. It's kind of that's the path we've been pulled down, if you like, rather than sent down.
And a very successful one at that as well.
Well, it's going well. The feedback's amazing always on all the products.
Yeah.
We've brought quite a few new products out now, and we've got like I said, there was no real intention to start this, and it's kind of like we're making our own way as we go, sort of thing, as a small family unit.
Yeah, that's like I say, you've gone down the way, to be fair, because I remember PK918 coming out on its own. Obviously then followed on now with sort of the Budders Tree, and then you've recently brought out Solar Green, Flower Burst and Defender, so you're doing really well, to be fair.
Well, we started with the PK918 and we realised, the development of that product took a while. It was a big challenge, and I went through quite a few biochemists and ended up making a relationship with one of the leading biochemists. I was really surprised that he was willing to work with me on what I wanted. But he was actually excited by the challenge because it's not an easy task what we set out.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of it. Actually making the PK918 and making it as safe as we wanted to make it is a big challenge in itself. pH level, is through the roof on this product, like nothing any end user would have experienced. It's not like that kind of numbers. It's very high numbers.
Yeah.
So the biochemist, understanding what I wanted from the product and working together back and two, it takes time, and he'd come back with something, but I didn't want to compromise. I wanted it to be something really unique. That's, it's kind of my stubbornness, if you like.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to be unique from a grower's perspective, because that's ultimately my passion.
Yeah.
So it was, this is what I want. Surely we can get there. So it was leave, no compromise, keep going back.
Yeah.
And he liked that. He liked that challenge.
Pushing the limits.
He said he'd not been challenged in that way for a long time. So in the end, what we ended up with was an organic raw material formulated in such a way that not only did it lower the pH, but the increase in terpenes, terpenoids for another word, that increase level was through the roof.
Yeah.
Now the only way many companies and many brands and many products out there claim to increase terpenes.
Yeah.
But the truth of it is, the grower knows. Any grower, the way to know that your terpenes are increasing is as easy as knowing that you've got it's like strong, all your strong fruits. If they smell stronger when they're growing as well as when they're harvested, then you've got an increase in terpenes.
Yeah.
So when your odour increases on the quality of your crops, you know straight away when you go into your grow room to feed, you know that odour's gone through the roof. You know that it's doing the job that they're telling you that they're selling you.
And the end users basically can see that, and that's why you've done so well with the product as well. And the other brands of the products in there as well. So, so where do you see yourself sort of in the next 5 years as a company?
We're kind of dictated to by the growers. That's how we are. We don't want to lose that what we actually started as. We don't. It's almost like we've had to become a company. Yeah. You know, to satisfy what. After doing the PK, we realised that we could do a lot more in the industry, and we can bring other products that to suit the plant's needs other times. But we don't want to bring. We're not the type of people to bring out something for the sake of earning money. For its value and
wait for demand, wait for interest, and then go and wait and look at it, research
it's
it.
about giving the growers exactly what they need, and also the plants exactly what they need when they need it. So it's bringing a product out to do specific jobs throughout the schedule. We were not actually, we don't do a CalMag. We could have done that. It's quite easy to do. We don't do anything easy. We're doing the harder things first. So it was about building the reputation of PK. Yeah. So once we had credibility and people are trusting in Buddha's Tree as that product, then we could go, right, let's work on something else that's more challenging. Another, processing.
Take your time on it, same sort of fruits, same sort of research and all that sort of.
That's exactly the way we think. So as far as like the next 5 years, it's dictated by the consumer, by the end user, by the growers. Yeah. They're dictating our future. It's as simple as that.
And that's a nice way to be it, because I think some of the other companies out there that sort of nutrient based and hydro almost try to tell the customer what to do and how to use it. And it's nice sometimes to have a company that listens to the feedback and acts on it, if you know what I mean. So
if other products come out if another product came out to rival a certain product that I have, and I felt it was better, I'd almost feel like not doing it anymore, because I feel like, well, they've done it.
Yeah.
It's a better product than what I've got. So I don't know whether I'd be sad or whether I'd be happy in that way.
Knowing you'd probably take it back to formula yourself.
I might try again to increase the performance on something.
And reformulate it potentially. Any sort of ideas of anything that you want to bring to the market? Have you got? I'm sure you've got a million and one ideas sort of sat in the background, but you're just not quite ready for them yet. So.
Well, as far as products, the Defender's a standalone product.
Yeah. That's
mainly for hydro, deep water culture. It solves a lot of problems for deep water culture growers. And, even NFT, any hydro, it increases the root mass by ridiculous amounts. I won't go on to the Defender right now, I'll just talk about the products as you've asked.
Yeah.
But the rest of them are a schedule, so they're there to increase your performance of your grow, to get you what we believe is the complete grow schedule.
Yeah.
Now, what we don't do is we don't do a base nutrient and we don't do a root stimulator.
But that's going to be what people are going to ask. Is that
it's already there? It's been there. People have been asking for 12 months, when are you doing a root stim, when are you doing a base nutrient? Because many growers that do run the full schedule, off the key chains, the grow cards, they know that they might be, I don't want to name brands, but there is certain brands that work well with our products.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind naming them, it's not a problem for me. It's like, we've got many growers that run can of cocoa and bake in cocoa.
Yeah.
Because they've got a great cocoa base nutrient. So they'll run that schedule with their Rizzo, their root stim, and it works great products. They work great with all nutrients.
So this range will fit into anybody's, base food.
As long as they don't, as long as they understand that there's no other additives needed, it's just a base nutrient and a root stimulator.
And then add these.
We have had growers who, are not as well established, they're quite new, beginners, where they're using 2 lots of PK and we're problem solving for them, and then you realise that they're
overkilling. It's base nutrient, root stim, and then you've got the complete package here, basically.
Yeah, that's basically where we're at now. But what we need to do is, like you said, is the base nutrient and the root stim. Other than things like CalMag, with our range, as long as you're using the right base nutrients, you shouldn't have a CalMag issue. Now, I'm not saying that won't happen, it can happen, but then the next thing to look at is not us giving you a CalMag, you changing the soil. or you know, the soil is the issue.
Don't find a cure, find the initial problem.
Yeah. So if you've got CalMag issues, it's either the first thing I would look at is changing your base nutrient to suit. The next issue is usually, if that's not it, would be your soil or the cocoa using the sort of grow media that would create the problems.
Cool. So I'm going to stick you on the spot and say, have we got a tough timeline for when you're going to bring out the space nutrient root stem?
We're looking at probably in 12 months' time.
Still working on it, yeah.
Next summer we'll probably be launching, you know, one or both of something in that
range.
Yeah.
So there's lots of new good stuff basically coming from you guys then, so lots to look forward to.
Well, yeah, but we just don't want to bring too much where it's things that are not really needed. We're trying to
just what's needed, what the customers want, that's going to be a good product. That without sort of just saying I could split this into 2 bottles and charge you twice. You know,
everything's a full concentrate. You know, Mark, in the store, with your store, you know, the amount of information you guys give your growers, that is really important for a new company like us who've not been on the market too long.
Yeah.
We're not a big brand. We're a family. You know. More of an accident, if you like.
Yeah.
You know.
A good accident.
Yeah, a very good accident. Yeah, but that's why the best things in life come about in a lot of ways in many, you know, industries.
Yeah.
As you know. So yeah, we're just trying to feel our way and let them lead us, but not rush it. You know, like we get a lot of feedback for demand for base nutrient for the last 12 months, but we're kind of like, yes, there's many base nutrients and it's not hard to do base nutrient. And there's many good ones. There's some better than others, but we're not saying we can't do it better. All we're saying is a base nutrient's not as important as improving your performance in different parts of your plant cycle. You know, with additives. So we're kind of doing the hardest things and working our way back on credibility. So that's where we're up to.
Sounds good. So lots of new stuff coming from you guys. I'm going to end it here, but thank you very much for coming down, and we'll sure catch up soon in the future. So a couple of questions from you guys, from the viewers out there. So we'll talk about PK918 first. What are short sharp answers benefits of using it?
Well, from my point of view, the biggest benefit is quality, yield, and the amount of natural resins and oils created by the product itself is the biggest asset for me. Also, safety side of it. It's much safer than most boosters. Full concentrate, it's not diluted in any way, shape or form, so it gives the growers a lot for the money. They're getting a lot of product for the money. As an example, most other brands of PK would be 10 times more dilute, so it's about 10 litres to a litre of Buddha PK. And on average, in some companies, there's the odd products that maybe, you know, 125% weaker, you know, with more dilute, the odd one.
And that obviously means value for money, and we know that as a concentrate it works better with different.
It works in every water, so no matter where you take it in the world, it's going to work the same here as it will in London, same here as it will in, you know, New York. It's the same because the product's not diluted with any chemicals or water or any way you want to dilute their own products.
When do you recommend using it?
If run with the full schedule, recommend week 5, 6 and 7 in an 8-week flowering cycle. 8 to 9 week flowering cycle. You might get away with halfway into week 8 on a 9-week cycle. If run on its own, because there's many growers yet that have not picked our raw products up. I mean, I urge them to, not for the sake of the business, for the sake of their growing potential. Give it a try and get a sample, do whatever you have to say. If you don't spend the money, get a sample off a local store. There's many samples gone out. The products speak for themselves, and that's why we're here, on the merit of that. But as far as the usage, so get back to it, usage on the PK, if used on its own, you can start as early as week 3. But if using any boosters, any other manufacturers' boosters, if it's the only booster you're using, you can use from week 3 all the way through, and it's going to give you an advantage. But if you're using it with an early flowering booster like Flowerburst or similar, then from week 5 onwards, that's a suggestion.
Another question somebody's asked, they believe they've read somewhere or heard somewhere that your PK contains sulphur in it, and they just wondered if that's true and what the benefits of it are.
Yeah, that's true. We've got, it's quite a lot. It's not an extreme amount, but there's more than is actually possible. When I say that, it sounds strange, that more than possible. Well, that's the point of what we did. We actually packed more sulphur into the products. We can't divulge how we achieved this, because it's not an easy achievement on its own. That's another question that you've raised. It's a good question you've raised, actually. That sulphur has got a big advantage with a plant booster, and many other companies would like to get more sulphur in there, but let's just leave it at that in that way.
And obviously,
don't give too much away.
So the sulphur has an inherent, ability to increase the uptake of the P&K, and also it's absolutely vital for those terpenes and essential oils.
Exactly.
Sulphur is one of the most important compounds for building them essential oils. So yeah, that's really why our PK kicks that part of the plant production into overdrive, really.
Cool. Last but not least, one other question that's come just about the PK9-18 ratio is, you can brush on it anyway, but why PK9-18 and not PK13-14 that some others do out there?
Fundamentally, okay, the reason why we advocate the ratio that we do is primarily because what a lot of people don't realise is that the ratio of a lot of the majority of P&Ks out there, when you look at the ratio of P&K are more often than not equal. So they're very close to 1-to-1. The P may slightly more than the K, but PK13-14 for instance, they're close to 1-to-1. If it was 14-14 would be equal. Now that's done for two reasons. A, because when the P and the K are equal, it's actually not particularly difficult to make because they have a stabilising effect on each other. So that means that the pH is stable and the solubility is a lot more stable. The skill comes is that in an ideal world, you don't need or want that much P. So in
late flowering, in late flowering, you need more P to aid that last uptake of phosphorus. So you need a lot more P, but we found that the ratio of 1-to-2 it seems to be where it's at.
It provides a much wider window of enrichment because, as we discussed before, with a lot of these, with too much P early on in flower can have a detrimental effect and a stunting effect. So in an ideal world you want half as much P as K, and that means for a much wider window of enrichment that's possible to give to plant because it can start to use the extra K earlier. So being a 9-18, that's why Steve said with ours you can happily start it in week 3 because that level of P is not a detrimental level.
And many other brands that are available are also measured on the bottom by volume as well, which confuses things.
Let's not forget that PK13-14 ultimately is again another one of those products that's been brought from outdoor growing.
Exactly.
And that level of phosphorus is to account for washout. So they have to elevate the level of phosphorus to account for the fact that a lot of that's going to get washed out through soil erosion, through the rain. They still have to make sure there's enough in the soil that's available for the plant. However, in our situation, where we've got complete control over what's going in the plant, that's never going to happen. Hence why the window of usage for 13-14 is all very narrow, because if you use it before that, it's going to have a detrimental effect. If you use it after that, you're going to load the plant with P, which is going to massively affect the quality of your fruits and veggies.
Sounds good.
Ultimately.
So, Buddha Street PK9-18 is available at www.onestopgrowshop.co.uk as well as in store.